And a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to George Cummel Stadium on the south side of Pittsburgh tonight. Two of the best organized and most storied franchises in women's professional football renew their rivalry here in Pittsburgh. Both are undefeated, but who didn't know that? It's the New York Sharks and the Pittsburgh Passions. Good evening to you. Chris Shovlin, former Passion star Jenn Cairns. We're here on the south side, and the Sharks have home and away victories over the Washington Prodigies and a win over the Montreal Blitz. They are 3-0 so far. The world champion Passion are also winners of 3 straight with victories over Toledo, Philadelphia, and Columbus. Now, the Columbus win won't count in the regular standings of the IWFL. It was an interleague game and really a thrilling game when you get right down to it. Jen, the Passion were supposed to play in Baltimore last week, but with the unrest in that wonderful city, they decided to reschedule the game. But here tonight, we have two of the best and two of the best ever.
Absolutely. These two teams, Chris, are no strangers to one another and have been battling it out for nearly a decade. As with every clash between these evenly matched clubs, it should be a good one. So grab your popcorn, folks.
Popcorn, soda, Cracker Jack, you name it, right?
You name it.
You bring it in. All right, let's talk about the players to watch here tonight. Who are you keying it on?
Well, Chris, this game is going to be a battle of the quarterbacks. Both of these teams are led by veteran and skilled quarterbacks. For the Passion, number 14, Lisa Horton, and for the Sharks, number 30, Karen Mulligan. These ladies like to get things done via the air, and they are very effective at it. Horton is at the helm of the number 2 ranked offense, while Mulligan's crew is nipping at the Passion's heels in the number 3 spot. Both playmakers have amassed over 10,000 passing yards in their long-standing careers. Both have multiple weapons and look to spread the ball around. Horton is that double threat we know due to her running ability, while Mulligan is a true pocket passer who is both patient and methodical. I'm eager to see these two talented athletes go head-to-head once again, Chris.
Jen, I know we all are, and I'm eager to find out what your keys to victory are for both these ball clubs.
Well, for the Passion, they have to bring the heat. The Sharks are most effective when Mulligan is able to slice and dice opponents' defenses from the pocket. Mulligan has thrown 5 interceptions, however, this season when flushed out of the pocket, so the Passion defense must be prepared to bring pressure and do so often. They can trust their DBs to do the rest. On the Sharks side of the ball, they have to stay disciplined. The Passion have so many weapons on both sides of the ball that each Shark player will have to hold fast to their assignment and win their individual battles. Tonight's game is going to come down to which team makes the least mistakes, Chris.
All right, Jen, great. Kickoff is coming up shortly, and right now the Passion at the coin toss honoring Pennsylvania State Trooper George Hare Jr., 1991 graduate of Mount Pleasant Area High School, where he and his family currently reside, and he's been a member of the Pennsylvania State Police since enlisting in the academy back in 1999. And back in October of 2014, Trooper Hare was tragically hit by a moving vehicle on Route 119 while clearing debris from the highway. He sustained a number of injuries. As a result, is currently undergoing extensive rehabilitation. But it's great to see him here and great to see the Passion pay tribute to this fine gentleman, State Trooper George Hare.
Absolutely, and it's not just State Trooper George Hare that we're paying tribute to, but all those who serve and give their time, lives, and energy to protect us day by day.
Getting set to go, New York and Pittsburgh getting ready to do it again. Dave Barry is going to be the referee tonight. The umpire, Jerry Laval. The head linesman is Ralph Livesey. The line judge, Michael Burrell Sr., and the side judge will be Michael Burrell Jr. The Passion warmed up tonight, if you can call it warmed up. I don't think it took too long to get warm tonight because the temperature was hovering in the upper 80s most of the day today, but they warmed up in white. They put the black jerseys on for game time.
Absolutely. Every little bit out of that black jersey helps, especially with those crushed up black pieces of rubber tire in the field. The heat on the field is always at least 5 to 10 degrees more than what we're experiencing up here, Chris.
And we're getting ready to experience a great football game, I've got a feeling. Amy Fallon with the kickoff. Here it goes. It knuckles over to the far side of play, bouncing at the 18. It's going to be picked up on the hop. And the return is on. And New York is going to bring it past midfield. And just Fallon to beat. And Fallon can't make the tackle. This is going to be an opening kickoff touchdown return from 82 yards.
Pretty impressive there, Chris. And we've talked in games past that one of the weaknesses in the Pittsburgh Passion's juggernaut is their special teams, and it's clear that there's still some work to be done there. But have no fear. It's early on in the game. I think the Passion offense will come out here ready to answer back.
14 seconds into the game. And a kickoff return for a touchdown from 82 yards away for the New York Sharks. They take a 6-0 lead, and now they're getting set to tee it up and try for the extra point. Dana Manetta on to kick. They get a person in late. Manetta's kick is on its way. It is end over end. It is tall, and it is good, but penalty flag down. Again, New York didn't have enough people on the field, and we're going to get an illegal substitution call. Dave Barry's going to sort things out, and New York will have to kick again.
Well, now that they have all the right personnel on the field, New York should be better prepared for this kick. Let's see if it's any different of a result.
What a shocking start here tonight, though, with that 82-yard kickoff return for touch. Just 14 seconds into the game.
Now we have a false start penalty.
And New York decides to call timeout. They're going to think about what to do with this extra point kick now. It's turning into a field goal attempt.
Well, their point after didn't look too strong, and I don't know if that was the starting kicker on the field at the time or not, so maybe they're concerned about the added distance.
I think exactly their concern is that added distance. The line of scrimmage now is going to be 13.5 yards away.
This is a nice break for the Pittsburgh Passion.
So now they've decided to go on offense. And they bring Mulligan out to run the offensive set here. They don't have enough faith in They're going to try to go for two. Here's Mulligan, passing, end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Griswold in on the coverage on the receiver, who was open just by a step, but that ball just didn't get there. Score will remain New York 6, Pittsburgh nothing. 14 seconds into the ball game after an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by New York.
You know, and that's one of those things. We talked about the team that's going to make the least amount of mistakes winning this game, and that could be the 1-point difference maker between the Passion and the Sharks at the end of this game.
Jennifer Vasta scoring on that kickoff return. 82 yards away, took it on the hop, and found the seam. New York couldn't get the extra point pulled off properly. They ended up going for two after consecutive penalties, and they could not get the pass completed. So now New York will kick off to Pittsburgh. The Passion spot New York 6 points. Manetta is the kicker. Here's the run-up. Takes a little hop step, puts her foot into it. Angela Baker fields it at the 18. She's going to come near side. Baker to the 30, gets wrapped up and dumped at the 32-yard line.
Brought down by two Sharks, looking as though number 31, Amber Terrell, was the first to get there.
First down and 10, Pittsburgh. 33-yard line is where they spot the football. The hash mark to the near side. The Passion will go left to right. Lisa Horton comes in at quarterback. Has a broken eye backfield. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Horton goes under center, takes the snap, gives to the left side, and a looping run out of the backfield. Coming around the left side, Tara Catone, who has been a pleasant surprise in a rookie season with the Pittsburgh Passion out of Hempfield High School and Slippery Rock University, the fitness trainer at Innate Fitness. She picks up a first down on an 11-yard gallop.
Tara picking up where she's left off in games past with very strong running style.
First down and 10, Pittsburgh, ball sitting just shy of the 48-yard line. Horton goes gun this time, and the handoff will go to the fullback, and there's not much there. They tried the middle, trying to cut it to the outside, nothing there.
Tia Montgomery's first hole was closed up to there. She tried to bounce up to the outside, and the Sharks sniffed her out. Montgomery
stays in. Baker comes back off the sideline, brings the play in to Lisa Horton. It's second down and about 10.5. Near side right comes Sharon Vasquez. Baker will be in the slot. Over to the left side is Rachel Wadowski. Two backs in the backfield with Horton. Now Montgomery slides in motion into the slot to the right side. Second down, a little more than 10. Horton will roll to the right. Pump fake. Sets, throws a rope downfield. That ball is complete to Vasquez, 11 yards downfield into New York territory at the 46-yard line, complete, and a first down for Pittsburgh.
Sharon's playing both sides of the ball this year, has just given Horton yet another weapon at wide receiver, and a reliable one at that.
Another 11-yard gain. Now Wadowski and Baker both go to the left, Vasquez to the right. Montgomery and Catone, the running backs, in a broken eye set with Horton in the shotgun. New York showing a bit of a blitz. Horton reads it, hands off. Catone, stutter step move, cuts to the outside, turns the corner to the 45, 40, 35, breaks a tackle at the 30, and is finally dragged down from behind at the 25-yard line.
And Tara Catone had some very nice help there from Angela Baker. As she was streaming to the outside, it looked as though the New York Shark defender might have the angle, and Angela Baker held her block long enough to allow Tara to get to the outside.
Another Pittsburgh Passion first down, this at the 23-yard line of the New York Sharks. This time they'll operate from the far side hash mark. Still moving left to right. Two receivers to the right, Wadowski to the left. Baker is in the slot with Vasquez out wide to the right side. Now Montgomery slides in motion left. Here's the handoff to Catone on a crossbuck, and she has room. 20, 15. Catone still on her feet, tries to make the cut and gets slammed down at the 9-yard line. A good shoulder tackle that time by New York. And putting the wood to her that time was Jewel Grimsley, the defensive back.
Yeah, Tara was able to skirt the one defender scraping to the outside, and then Jewel Grimsley caught her by surprise and laid a very hard tackle on Tara Catone.
And New York has called its second time out. Remember, they called their first one after successive penalties on their extra point attempt. They decided to go for two instead of trying to kick again, so they wasted a timeout there. They're going to use one here to regroup because Pittsburgh is trying to tie this ball game up and possibly take the lead. It is first down and goal at the 9-yard line. 11:22 left. We're early in this ball game. First quarter action is sponsored tonight by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. Tonight's game also brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, by Biondi Lincoln. It's better at Biondi. By Bompiani Chiropractic. Congratulations to Dr. Luca J. Bompiani for being named the official team chiropractor for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion football team. Horton lines up her offense, moving left to right at the 9-yard line. Montgomery goes sliding in motion. Again, a tight slot, almost an H-back. Now Horton following her, rolling out, setting, throwing, end zone, touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Wide open, number 82, Angela Baker, front corner of the end zone, making it look easy.
11:13 to go, first period of play. Pittsburgh ties the score. A methodical offensive march down the field using run and then pass. Horton to Baker from 9 yards away. Amy Fallon is on to try to get the Passion the lead for the first time tonight. Here's the snap. It's a looper. They put it down for her. She boots it up into the air, and the ball is up and good, and the Passion take the lead. 7-6 over New York with 11:13 to go in the first quarter. Great offensive push down the field, Jen.
Absolutely. You know, the Passion aren't used to being down this early in the game that I knew that they would come out swinging, and they did.
9-yard touchdown pass. Angela Baker hauling it in from Lisa Horton. She continues to write the record. I was going to say rewrite it, but she's writing the book as we speak.
That's right, and she's creeping ever closer to, 150 touchdown milestone there.
Passion lead at 7-6. Now Fallon on to kick. And it'll be taken again on the fly, straight up the middle from the 15. And this time the Passion able to stop the return at the 41-yard line with a tough tackle.
And the Shark returner is slow to get up. That's number 18, Kim Martin. Oh, no, wrong roster. Number 18, Nandi Brown for the Sharks, who took that hard hit, Chris. A little shaken up as she walks off the field.
Yeah, we hope Brown's going to be okay. She's a key player for them. Plays on both sides of the ball, defensive back, wide receiver, actually all three sides of the ball as we saw her on the return. So Nandi Brown goes to the sideline to be checked on. First down and 10, New York with the football at its own 42-yard line on a nice return by Brown. Now Mulligan under center. It's a toss, and they're going to run it to the right side. And New York's going to pick up yards, turning that right corner. Running the football, Shannon Morris. Shannon Morris able to rumble ahead around that right-hand side for about 6 yards before she was met by Michelle Peters out of the University of Pittsburgh and Carlow University.
Michelle's 11-year veteran of the team, longtime leader and captain of the defense.
Surgical tech at UPMC and the owner of the Genuine Pub. Have to give her a little shout out for that. There's a quick opener for New York, and they'll try to run the fullback straight up the gut, and some punishing running going on by Morris, who takes it straight ahead to the 50-yard line. Stephanie Velasco making the stop for Pittsburgh. New York looking at third down and 2. They've got to get to the 48-yard line. They're just shy of the 50. Sharks moving right to left. 9:51 time on a first quarter clock, with Pittsburgh leading 7-6 over the New York Sharks. In our first period, brought to you by the UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. Erica Cottle hops into the backfield now. Here comes a sweep. It will be Cottle taking the handoff. She's going to cut it up the field to the left side, trying to turn the corner. She'll get past the 50, ahead of the 49, and that's as far as she's going. She is short again, and Belachko and Tia Montgomery team up to make the stop.
Absolutely. She looked like she might have enough of a gap there to get the first down, and Tia Montgomery, rightfully so, met her fiercely and negated that first down effort.
How about this? It is 4th down and 1. It looks like New York will keep the offense on the field here. A little bit of a gamble at midfield this early in the ball game.
Especially against a defense as, strong as the Passion defense. I don't know that I would take my chances doing this early in the game.
Out wide to the right side is Maggie Nattel. Everybody else is in tight.
Although Mulligan's a big girl, she may just dive forward for it herself.
Mulligan takes a snap. Here's the give, and that one is going nowhere. The Passion, stop it. Shannon Morris got the handoff and got drilled in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
Well-timed blitz by number 32, Tia Montgomery, who just came blazing through that hole and stuffed the ball carrier.
A big defensive stand for Pittsburgh. Tia Montgomery teeing off in that stand.
Absolutely, and I told you that was a dangerous thing to do against a defense like the Pittsburgh Passion, and they just proved me right.
The Passion take over on downs. They'll hand the ball at the New York 49-yard line. 8:22 left, first period action. Pittsburgh with a 7-6 lead here. I don't know if I've ever said come from behind lead as far as the Passion are concerned.
Not
but
in a few years.
Yeah, they spotted them 6, and they had to come back and take the advantage. And now Lisa Horton has the offense back out, Jen. And here goes that rookie, Tara Catone, this time trying to tiptoe through the line. Can't find very much there. And Brooklyn Fields, the linebacker, was there to bring her down by the ankles.
Very nice job by the New York Shark defense. But Lisa Horton still has been dealt very nice field position on a platter to her, and I know she'll capitalize.
2nd down and 11 after a loss of 1. The ball back behind the 50-yard line, right at the center of the football field. Baker will be in the slot to the left side. Wadowski is out wide left, and Vasquez is wide to the right side. 2 running backs once again, in Montgomery, the fullback, and Catone, the tailback. Horton in the gun. Slides Montgomery to the left on 2nd down and 11. Calls for the snap and gets it. 2-step drop, looks, pumps, throws downfield. Receiver open. Wadowski turns around, makes the catch, and falls down with a defender on top of her at the 23-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh.
Wadowski had separation from that corner, and you just knew she was going to come down with that ball. She took a hard landing, but was able to rope it in and maintain it for the first down.
27-yard completion from Horton to Wadowski. First down, Pittsburgh at the 23. Wadowski slanting to the far sideline, looking over her shoulder, fending off 2 to make the grab. Now Horton drops back, gives off to Catone. Catone on the cross punt, cuts right side, down to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. And Catone is popped hard at the 9-yard line, but takes a lick and holds on to the football, picks up 14 more yards.
Again, Horton, her offense, reminding the New York Sharks why they are the number 2 ranked offense in the league. Making it look easy.
Passion again in the Silver Sports Silver Zone. First down and goal from the 9-yard line. Wadowski left. This time Baker and Montgomery, or Baker and Vasquez come to the right side. Montgomery stays in at fullback. She and Catone with Lisa Horton. Now Montgomery sliding to the right side. Comes to an H-back stop. Here's Horton, pumping, rolling right, throwing. End zone, Vasquez! Did she get inside the pylon? Yes! Touchdown, Pittsburgh from 9 yards away.
If I'm not mistaken, Sharon Vasquez has kept her streak alive of having a touchdown reception for each of the 4 games that the Passion have had this season.
That one, a fabulous catch. Great concentration by Sharon Vasquez. Had to come back toward the football. Ran angularly from the end zone to the near front pylon. Made the grab, put both feet down to make sure the official saw her, and scored the TD. Now Amy Fallon is on to kick the extra point, and the Passion take a 14-6 lead over the New York Sharks with 5:56 left in the first period of play.
You know the New York Sharks play callers are kicking themselves for going for that, but they're going to continue. These 2 teams have a long-standing rivalry, and both want to walk away from today with the win.
It's one of those rivalries where they admire one another, they respect one another, and I know the team owners are very good friends.
They are. You know, these are teams that have shared things on and off the field together, have played as teammates in flag football leagues for breast cancer awareness. So there's a lot of camaraderie. But today, they're squarely on opposite sides and both fighting fiercely for that W.
Yeah, this almost reminds me of the Steelers' relationship with the Giants early on, from the early days of the NFL to today. And, of course, this New York and Pittsburgh version of it, kind of the same way. Now the kick, bobbled and picked up. Nandy Brown is back in, and Brown, after bobbling that ball along the grass, returns it out to the 41-yard line. And New York, again, has really good starting position. They've started twice past the 40-yard line. Once they took it all the way back to the house.
Absolutely. And Nandy Brown is showing you truly why she is so effective at what she does. I mean, she bobbles the ball, but is still able to pick up a significant amount of yards because of that vision, that wide field vision that she possesses.
Karen Mulligan, the quarterback, huddling her squad up at the 42-yard line is where they'll start this possession. From the near side hash. Maggie Nattel is out wide to the right side. They have a slot receiver to the right as well. That's Erica Cottle. And a double slot formation. Mulligan drops back, pressures on. She throws a sidearm pass, looking for Cottle on the square out along the 45-yard line, but overthrows her, incomplete. Good coverage by Michelle Peters and Crystal Kozo in tandem.
Absolutely. You know, those are two on that side that Karen is very familiar with, and she was just trying to squeak a pass in there that her wide receiver was not ready to take in.
2nd down and 10, New York. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. The first quarter action brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. 2nd down and 10. Mulligan, after the play fake, rolling right, looking, setting, throwing downfield. It's intercepted by Pittsburgh. The pass picked off.
That's Crystal Kozo that's got the interception there again, causing Mulligan to roll out of that pocket. Defense. Let's see what Horton does this time with even better field position than the time before.
Kim Beaver went to Ohio Valley College of Technology and is a certified clinical medical assistant. Horton, calling out the signals now, has 3 receivers to the right side and a single running back in Catone. Lisa dropping back, off her back foot, tries to throw over the middle, and that ball is incomplete, and it was almost intercepted by Amy Deal, the linebacker, who was watching her eyes.
Almost being the key phrase, so Horton still has a clean bill of health there with no interceptions thrown thus far this season, and I know she wants to keep it that way.
Crystal Kozo was in on that offensive play. Now Tia Montgomery will take her place. Kozo became famous earlier in the year for becoming the first Passion to score on all 3 sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams.
Correct.
Took a year off last year. Had her first baby, a handsome little baby boy. She's back playing with a Passion. 2nd down and 10 for Pittsburgh at the New York 45. Moving left to right at the Passion. Horton fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, turns it upfield, finds some green, gets a block, 40, 35, stutter step move. Horton wrapped up by 2 defenders and thrown down hard at the 33-yard line. Leading the tackling that time was Jewel Grimsley once again. And Amber Terrell, they both came at Lisa Horton, grabbed her, wrapped her up, and tossed her.
She leaves the defensive backs guessing for the Sharks because she has still the ability to pass, and 2 strong threats on that right-hand side, and Sharon Vasquez and Angela Baker, and then decides to keep it herself and pick up some very nice yardage.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Overture Technologies. Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare personalized student loan rates and terms. First down, 10 yards to go. Pittsburgh with the football, sitting at the New York 33-yard line. Horton back with two running backs now. Gets the snap, handoff Montgomery. The fullback will take it on the straight dive, and she gets hit and wrapped up immediately. Initial contact by Nikki Joseph, Nikki Joseph, and also in there for New York was Talisha Brown, who made the backside end play on that tackle.
Not much happening for the Passion in those dive plays. Each one has been blown up nicely by the New York Sharks thus far.
New York has a pretty sizable line, strong linebackers. Second down and 10. Horton this time will go under center with a straight eye backfield behind her in Montgomery and Catone. The give will go to Catone. Catone trying to run left, and she again gets wrapped up. And again, it's Talisha Tampa Brown making the stop on the play off the right side of the defensive line.
With, again, some help by her colleague and friend out there, number 77, Nikki Joseph.
Gain of 1 by Pittsburgh is third down and 9. New York tightening up defensively now. Still a tight game, 14-6 Pittsburgh. 2:49 left, running clock, first quarter. And our first quarter in part brought to you by Super Donuts, number 1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. Super Donuts. 3 receivers left. Vasquez to the right. Check that, not Vasquez, but a new receiver has come in for Pittsburgh. Now blitz shown by New York. Catone, the single running back. Snap goes to Horton. She'll throw as she was hit, as she let go of the football, and this one gets intercepted over on the far side of play. And the pick came from Nandi Brown, the defensive back who jumped up there, led the play nicely. Horton was being hit. She tried to turn her back to the defender who was coming in at her to protect herself, and as she did so, she threw the ball up for grabs.
She did, and Rachel Dowski did her best job to try to keep it from the Sharks' defensive back hands, but Nandi Brown was not to be denied and has taken Lisa Horton's no interception streak from her.
First down, 10, New York ball. That's where we have some things changed up offensively on that last series. Kozo was playing wide receiver on that last play and on the first play of that series. Quick opener and a big hole up the middle. And running through there is Erica Cottle all the way out to the 37, 38-yard line. Crystal Kozo made the stop on the play, and it was a saving tackle because Cottle had a full head of steam after breaking through that line.
Erica Cottle is one of the Sharks' top players this season at both the running back and wide receiver position.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. The Club Sport and Health. Chris Shovlin, Jennifer Cairns on the call here tonight. 1:21 to go in the first period of play. Pittsburgh with a 14-6 lead over New York. And New York trying to run the football and nothing doing there. They might have picked up a yard of forward progress. And that is about it because Olivia Griswold was in there on a hard hit on Cottle, who got that handoff, tried to turn it upfield, and Olivia said, "You're not doing what you did on that last play."
Absolutely not. Olivia stood Erica Cottle upright and said no more.
Second down, 9. New York with the football at its own 39-yard line. 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Mulligan talking to her receiver. She has 2 flankers to the right side. Mulligan backpedaling, rolling right, throwing, and that ball is going to be incomplete. It was Cottle, the intended receiver, on a turnaround just beyond the line of scrimmage, and she took her eyes off the ball to start to run before she had the catch made. And I don't blame her because there were a couple of Passion defenders on their way.
There were. Definitely a catchable ball, but when you hear those footsteps behind you, you want to think about what your next move is as opposed to reeling that ball in.
Clock stopped with the incompletion. 18 seconds left in the period. Pittsburgh with a 14-6 lead over New York. Tonight's game brought to you in part by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. Mulligan getting set to take the snap in the gun this time. Double slot formation. Looks to the right, throws to the right, and the ball bounces off the intended receiver and incomplete. That ball was intended for Maggie Nattel. It was rifled to her. It bounced off of her. It slipped through her hands, hit her in the thighs, and bounced into the ground.
Again, the Sharks looking at being their own worst enemy out there. 2 catchable balls not brought in. I'm sure Karen Mulligan's going to be talking to her offense when they take to the sideline.
First period brought to you tonight by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. 4th down and 9, and New York will bring the punt unit out. 13 seconds left in the period. Pittsburgh with a 14-6 lead if you're just tuning in. High snap taken. Punter steps up into it, drills it downfield. That is Mineta. And the ball will go tumbling out of bounds over on the far side with no return. Spotted out at the 29-yard line with 4 seconds left in quarter number 1.
And that was number 45, Octavia Griswold, that almost got to the punter there. Good effort on number 45's part.
Interesting for Spirit of play as we see a penalty flag down on the field. They're going to bring this back, and they may have to repunt. How about Tia Montgomery? 3 strong tackles on the defensive side of the football, not to mention running the ball here tonight. Kim Bieber had her first interception, returned that 8 yards. Catone ran the ball 6 times for 61 yards. Horton was 4 for 5 for 56 yards in the first period. Vasquez had 2 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown. Angela Baker also picked up a touchdown, 9-yard reception. And we saw an opening kickoff return for a touchdown by New York. So that was a lot of football in one period.
It absolutely was, Chris, and that's how these 2 teams like to roll.
We're not quite done yet. 4 seconds left in the period, and Mineta will punt it over to the far sideline and will hop at the 41 and go out of bounds. Pittsburgh's going to end up gaining a couple of yards on another punt out of bounds, and that is the end of the first quarter of play. After 1 period with Jenn Cairns, Chris Shovlin, it is the Pittsburgh Passion 14 and the New York Sharks 6 here in the IWFL tonight.
Go pass, yeah.
Back for second quarter action here in Pittsburgh at Couple Stadium. Chris Shovlin with Jennifer Cairns. Pittsburgh on offense. Here comes Catone with a toss. And Catone turning it upfield, running hard, gets the first down, and is driven out of bounds on the far sideline and around the 44-yard line. Oh, Catone is something else. What a great rookie season she is having.
She absolutely is there, and she only had 1 player to beat, and that New York Shark defender was lucky that she could have the proper angle to cause Catone to step out of bounds.
Angela Baker is the only Passion player to have scored on a receiving touchdown in all of the Passion's games so far this season. Catone is on her heels. If she gets a touchdown, she will have scored in all 4 games rushing. Now Horton rolling to the left, throwing downfield. Wadowski overthrown at the 20-yard line. And Wadowski again had a step on 3 defenders.
She absolutely did. She just couldn't catch up to that ball, but I imagine Horton will be looking to call her number again.
Wadowski takes the long trot back to the huddle. Horton will regroup. Angela Baker brings in a play from the sideline. Just into the second period here tonight. A Couple Stadium on the south side, and tonight's game brought to you in part by Noggin Sport Incorporated. Protect your noggin with a noggin. Vasquez goes to the far side. Baker and Wadowski to the left. Eye backfield. Montgomery slides a little bit to the right to break the eye. And Catone is the deep back. She'll get the handoff, and she was targeted that time on a straight blitz by Talisha Brown. And Brown took it right out of her shoes deep in the backfield, a loss of 6 yards by Pittsburgh. Crystal Kozo will check back in and play some offense now. She'll be a receiver. A tall and speedy target herself, even though she is best known as a defensive player.
Well, she started off on the team as a wide receiver. It wasn't until a couple years in that she jumped sides to be a defensive back, and so now they're utilizing his hands that she's gifted with.
Slot comes to the left side. Kozo is out wide right. 3rd down and 16 for Pittsburgh. The ball at the midfield line. Montgomery goes in motion to the left, comes to a stop. Horton follows her left, rolling, throwing, downfield. Wadowski again overthrown. Defensive coverage supplied by Nandy Brown.
That time, Nandy Brown did a nice job staying in the hip pocket of Rachel Wadowski.
Now Pittsburgh looking at 4th down and 16. And Wadowski will go in to punt. Here's the snap. Wadowski gets a good one, puts her foot into it. It'll bounce at the 26. Basta will pick it up on the hop at the 16. Makes a move around one coverage person up to the 25 to the 30. And Basta is going to be dropped from behind on the play by Jessica Nelko.
Again, another nice return by the New York Sharks. Very decent field position. Number 21, Jennifer Vasta, on that return.
She had a beautiful return on the opening kickoff from 82 yards away. Had a nice head of steam on that punt return as well. She is dangerous, isn't she?
Absolutely.
1st and 10 down, New York football. Just beyond the 34-yard line, off to our left. They'll push it left to right if they can against this Pittsburgh defense. Wide to the right side is Natel. Smaluska goes out wide to the left. The handoff as they keep it on the ground will go straight up the middle. Morris carrying that football straight ahead for a 4-yard gain. And it was Octavia Griswold making the stop on the play, Olivia's sister. Attended the University of Toledo, is from Rogers High School in Toledo, Ohio, and is a correctional officer for state of Ohio. 2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4 by Morris. Morris gets the call again, comes running to the right side. And Morris this time is dumped by Montgomery and the other Griswold sister, Olivia Griswold, who went to Sanford Brown Institute and is also a native of Toledo and is a dog trainer at Bow Wow Doggy Daycare.
They're both formidable forces in their own right. Twin sisters, equally gifted and talented. Longtime contributors to the Pittsburgh Passion defense.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4 after a pickup of 2. Natel sprints out wide to the left side. Malus goes to the right. Here is a pass out to the left side flats. It's going to be incomplete. And a nice break on the ball by Ashley Strawn, who went after the intended receiver on the play that time. Maggie Nattell, that ball was thrown a little bit sharply and a little bit away from the receiver that time, and Strawn made a nice play on it.
Yeah, dangerously overthrown to 81 Maggie Nattell, and Ashley Strawn was well positioned to reel it in and was just short.
Dana Mineta is ready to kick.
Passion is missing a body out there at the linebacker position.
Mineta just got the punt away that time. And Kozo runs under it, fields it on the fly, but got ankle tackled on the play that time. Great coverage by Nandy Brown.
Calling her name and number a lot there, Chris.
I remember the last couple of times Pittsburgh and New York hooked up. I got to know her pretty well from the broadcast booth, as you did too. 10:47 left. We're in the second period of play. It's Pittsburgh 14, New York 6. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Atlas Resource Partners LP. They have over 40 years of experience in oil and gas development, the longest among their peers. Now we don't have enough players out there, and Lisa Horton calling for the sidelines, and Tia Montgomery was not in the offensive backfield, so Pittsburgh had to waste a timeout here. Tonight's second period brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. Tonight's game also brought to you by Champ Sports, the official broadcast team of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Lowe's Home Improvement, never stop improving, and by Perkins Dental Associates, one life, one smile. Now, both teams almost halfway into the football season, and both have made a couple of mistakes here tonight that you wouldn't expect at this point in time, Jen, because of not having enough players out there on the field.
Yeah, they all know their personnel packages, and I think that it's catching both teams by surprise that the other has had that problem, but at least it's been equally yoked at this point.
Slot to the right side. Wadowski is out by her lonesome to the left, the tighter side of the field. Horton getting set to draw the snap under center with an eye backfield behind her. New York is blitzing. Here's the run to Catone, and Catone is wrapped up and tossed down by the shoulder pads on a great drive by Amber Terrell. Terrell stopped her right at the line of scrimmage.
New York defense tightening up, getting better at sniffing out the passion run.
Vasquez and Baker to the right side this time. Wadowski to the left. Montgomery on the right shoulder of Lisa Horton. Now Catone goes out into a receiving formation. They're going to throw a quick out, a bubble screen to her. Catone making the wrap behind the line of scrimmage at the 35, but can't break loose. Runs up to the line and gets dumped over on the far side, trying to turn the corner. Again, great coverage by New York, and Jewel Grimsley out of the secondary.
It was a nice initial block by Angela Baker there on the right side, but then couldn't sustain it, and the defensive back comes in to clean up Catone.
3rd down and 9. 9.5 minutes to go. We're in the second period of play. Here's Horton with a fake handoff, rolling out. Lisa changing hands with the football, now bracing for the hit, getting drilled over on the near side. Brooklyn Fields making a hard hit on the quarterback, Lisa Horton, bringing her down before she was able to get to the first down marker at the 45-yard line.
Looks like we have Prentice up. They're coming in for the for the punting team.
Rachel Wadowski will punt. 4th down and 2. The ball sitting at the 45-yard line. Again, the Passion don't have enough players out there. They're going to sprint Chelsea Zahn out. She'll be the gunner on the left side. Now Pittsburgh has to call another timeout. 8:23 left here in the first half of play. Pittsburgh with a 14-6 lead over the New York Sharks. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by Petroleum Technical Services, specializing in petroleum equipment sales, service, and installation. They can handle any related project you need accomplished, from design stages to state permitting, all the way to handing you the keys. They've got you covered at Petroleum Technical Services. By PT's Pizza Palace, proud supporter of number 87 Joe Croce and the Pittsburgh Passion. Tonight's game brought to you also in part by California University, building character, building career, providing Western Pennsylvania with clean, safe, and reliable natural gas, and by Three Rivers Paintball, Western Pennsylvania's largest paintball facility, family-owned and operated since 1983. So the Passion now will come out with the offense. Horton comes under center. Here's the handoff. It'll be Catone cutting around the right side. Catone with the first down. A missed tackle. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Catone down to the 25-yard line and is finally bumped out of bounds.
Very nice run by Catone. It looked, by the way, that the defense was giving Baker room, that a quick bubble pass to Baker would have accomplished the first down, but Catone took the ball into her hands and picked up even more than that, and the Sharks were saved again. Wadowski there on the left side, sealing off the end.
First down and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. Pittsburgh in the sports silver zone, keeping sports clean. Slot over to the right side with two slot receivers in it. Now Horton rolling right, setting, throwing, hangs one up, and it's too far, too wide, out of bounds, midway through the end zone over the far side. Intended for either Angela Baker or Sharon Vasquez. They were both in the area. .6:38 to play here in the second quarter. Pittsburgh with a 14-6 lead on New York, trying to add more. New York got on the scoreboard first when Jennifer Vaster returned the opening kickoff, 82 yards, 14 seconds into the game. Pittsburgh got a 9-yard catch from Angela Baker from Lisa Horton, and Sharon Vasquez a 9-yard catch from Horton to take the lead. Now Horton will go under center. Three receivers right. They're going to keep it on the ground. Tia Montgomery rumbling through the line of scrimmage. And Montgomery loses the football. It's going to be coughed up, and Amber Terrell picks it up and rolls the other way with it out to the 13-yard line. So the ball fumbled away by Montgomery, and Terrell takes it away, stripping it right out of her midst, and returning it out to the 12, and that's where New York will take over. So a great defensive stand that time by the Sharks.
Yeah, I was just about to say, one of the finally success on the dive for the Pittsburgh Passion, only to see then the white jerseys scurrying the other way. Not quite clear how the fumble return, other than it looks like Amber Terrell just snatched it right out of Tia's hands.
Shark bite.
There you go.
Now it's first down and 10, New York. Karen Mulligan goes under center. Blitz is on. Mulligan gets it off to Cottle. Cottle coming around the right side. Cottle spinning her way to the 15-yard line up near the 16. And the stop made by Octavia Griswold that time on the near sideline. She'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. Second down and 7. The ball sitting at the 15-yard line on the near hash. 5:50 to go here. Running clock. Second period of play. Pittsburgh 14, New York 6. Slot goes left. Everybody else in tight. Second down and 7. Mulligan in the pistol. Calls for it. Quick pitch. Connell around the left side with a hole. 20, 30, up to the 40. Connell! A foot race to the end zone. She's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, New York. On a great run around the left side by Erica Connell on the quick pitch. And an 85-yard touchdown run. And that puts New York right back into this one.
Amazing run by Erica Cottle there, just zigging and zagging through the narrow path that she saw on all the black jerseys, trying to chase her down, but no one fast enough to catch her before she crosses the end line.
It's been all big plays for New York tonight. The 82-yard opening kickoff return for a touchdown by Jennifer Vasta, and now Erica Cottle rolls for 85 yards on offense. And New York is back to within 2. Let's see if they go for the 2-point conversion here to try this ball game up.
We got to think that they will.
New York is going to spread things out. They have slots to both sides, wide slots. Mulligan goes under center. Pittsburgh blitzing. Mulligan rolling right, throwing, and it's incomplete. Intended in the end zone for Maggie Nattell, and that time quarterback Mulligan was hurried on the play, threw a sidearm zinger, and just did not get it there. So the score will remain Pittsburgh 14 and New York 12.
It was thrown into double coverage as well, and I think she was just trying her best to try to will it in, but there was no happening there. Unfortunately for the New York Sharks, they're now 2 down from the Pittsburgh Passion, and that might be all that it takes.
Jen, extra points have been the difference in this ball game so far tonight. Remember, New York, after scoring the touchdown on the opening kickoff return, they lined up for the extra point, got penalized again, then they tried to throw for it, incomplete. And here, trying to go for 2 to tie this ball game up, incomplete again. So special teams have been the problem.
Yes, they have. For both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Pittsburgh giving up that touchdown on the kickoff. Now New York will kick back to Pittsburgh. The kick will travel left or right. Dana Manetta puts her foot into it, bangs it tall and away, down to the 15-yard line. This is Baker on the return, and Baker had her shoe removed at the 25, and she flew forward out to about the 31-yard line. Pittsburgh will start there, first down and 10 with 5:03 to go here in the first half. The second quarter tonight is brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. Jen, we kind of expected a close game between these two clubs.
It traditionally has been. Always a back and forth.
Asa Horton takes the snap in the shotgun. Hops twice, throws downfield. Vasquez in traffic, makes the grab, holds on, and gets hit down at the 40-yard line. She knew she was going to take some punishment. Jennifer Vasta was there waiting for her, and as the ball was delivered, Vasta made the tackle.
Well, that's what a veteran player will do. They keep their poise, they keep their concentration, and they prepare for the hit, but they deliver on their responsibilities.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second down and 1 for Pittsburgh. Ball sitting at the 40-yard line. 4:31 to go here in the second quarter with Pittsburgh up by 2. Horton again hops back. Now rifles one over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Angela Baker, who leaped as high as she could, twisting around looking for the football at the 50-yard line. She comes down empty. And it brings up 3rd down and 1. Tonight's second period brought to you in part by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. .420 left. Horton sends 3 receivers to the left this time. One to the right, a single back is Catone. Now Wadowski goes in motion out on the left side, slot over to the right side, and she'll position herself there. Blitz coming from New York. Horton rolling to the right side. Stops, sets, pumps, now throws downfield. And Wadowski reached up over 3 defenders and brought it in and gets hit and knocked down at the 34-yard line. That ball looked like it was going to be picked off.
It absolutely did, but Rachel Dowski did what she's known for and was timing her jump perfectly to go up, use those basketball skills, and bring the ball in.
Rachel Wadowski out of NYU and Bethel Park High School in the Southfield. She's the assistant basketball coach at Duquesne University. Talk about those basketball skills. Here's Horton rolling left, directing traffic, throwing downfield for Vasquez at the 5. It's incomplete. Coverage by Basta that time. And Vasquez for a second there had a step, and that ball was thrown a little gingerly that time.
She tried to run up underneath it and was just centimeters short of getting her hands under the ball.
2nd down and 10 for Pittsburgh. Ball sitting just outside of the 34-yard line with 3:34 left in the first half. Kozo comes in to play wide receiver now as Pittsburgh goes to a 4-wide set. Catone is the single running back. Horton takes the snap. Throws a bubble screen to the left side. Vasquez makes the catch. Has room. 30, 25, down to the 20, and is jumped on from behind at the 17-yard line and tackled. Brought down by linebacker Amy Deal, but it's a first down in the Silver Sports Silver Zone.
Sharon Vasquez there showcasing her speed, making the best of a well-thrown bubble pass, earning the Pittsburgh Passion yet another first down.
Now Kim Zabovic comes in. She'll play wide receiver to the left side. Pittsburgh shaking things up personnel-wise now. First down and 10.
Gotta think they're using her for her blocking abilities out there.
And that's exactly what they did, Jen, as Lisa Horton tries to run around the left side. Zabovic was over there trying to throw that block for her, sprung her around that side just enough to get her about 5 around that left end in tough territory. All sitting now at the 14-yard line. Well, just outside of the 13, actually. Horton talking to the bench about a play. Lisa Horton went to Cleveland State University and Slippery Rock University. She's from Mid Park High School in Middleburg Heights, Ohio.
She commutes in from D.C., and in fact, she had an event related to her work early this morning, which caused her to get here just shy of game time.
Wow.
You wouldn't know it to look at her stats for the day.
You know, I remember a young man who ended up winning a Super Bowl with the New England Patriots by the name of Ty Law being late for a game on this field. It was a state championship game that I called on the radio 1,000 years ago when Ty was at Aliquippa High School. They played here for the state championship, and Ty was taking his SATs that morning, had a police escort from Aliquippa to Pittsburgh, put his football uniform on in the back of the squad car, ran out onto the field. The opening kickoff was fumbled by one of his teammates. Ty picked up the ball and returned it for a touchdown, just walking into the stadium. It was on this field here at Couples Stadium.
Many wonderful things have happened on this field.
I remember telling him I was calling the game and how his eyes just lit up. He said, "Oh, I remember that well." He said, "Yeah, I had a police escort. I put the uniform on in the back of the police car. They needed to get me here." And he was taking his college boards that day. Here's Horton with a snap. Second down long. Big blitz coming. Throws the center screen, and it's a pinball, and it bounces into the turf incomplete, fortunately.
Very lucky bounce to the Pittsburgh Passion there. It ricocheted off of 2 white jerseys there for the Shark defenders. Both looking equally surprised that it touched them.
Pittsburgh in the Silver Sports Silver Zone with 1:44 to go here in the first half of play. 14-12, Pittsburgh in the lead here in the IWFL tonight against their longtime rivals, the New York Sharks. Kozo and Baker will go to the right side. Vasquez is to the left. Wadowski also to the right, but she's tight to the line in the slot. Horton takes the snap, rolling right, gets a block from Catone. Not enough of one, throws another one up for grabs, and it goes incomplete and almost picked off. And Lisa Horton got drilled on that play. And the officials will
not getting up.
Stop play here. Boy, she took a shot, and she left herself wide open that time as the blocking broke down. 1:36 left here in the first half of play. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Biondi Lincoln. It's better at Biondi. By Bompiani Chiropractic. Congratulations to Dr. Luca J. Bompiani for being named the official team chiropractor for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion football team. By Overture Technologies. Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare personalized student loan rates and terms. By Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. And by the club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. Lisa Horton's going to be coming to the sidelines on her own.
Yes. Be surprised if she's out for more than a couple plays.
It looks like Pittsburgh's going to wind up for a field goal here. Amy Fallon is on to kick. This will be a spot at the 20-yard line, a 30-yard attempt. The angle will be left or right from the hash mark. And now a penalty flag. And we're going to get an illegal substitution call against Pittsburgh here. I saw Rachel Wadowski trotting out late. And apparently Dave Barry, the referee, saw that too.
Again, personnel package miscommunications. Normally, folks are organized on the sidelines and maybe in the melee of seeing Horton go down. Rachel didn't realize she needed to be out there.
Well, they're going to change personnel again. And Horton tried to come back in and bring the offense with her. And I don't think the officials are going to let her do that because there was not a snap. She has to sit one play, and the penalty doesn't really count. So let's see what Pittsburgh's going to do here. Will they kick or will they bring the offense out with a new quarterback? Looks like they're going to go with a new quarterback. Or will they? Or will they quick kick? They don't have a quarterback out there. And now Pittsburgh wants timeout. I'm not so certain that somebody was lining up in the backfield just to pooch punt the ball downfield in a bit of a surprise because they had no quarterback in. But now I'm wondering, maybe there was supposed to be a quarterback in and they didn't put one in.
I don't know.
Well, the clock has stopped again with 1:36 to go here in the first half. Tonight's game brought to you in part by U.S. Foods, Keeping Kitchens Cooking. By Noggin Sport Incorporated. Protect your noggin with a noggin. By Atlas Resource Partners, LP. Atlas Resource Partners has over 40 years experience in oil and gas development, the longest among its peers. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean.
And they see Horton coming back in.
She is going to come back. I guess that's what it was. There was no quarterback. So Horton is back. It is 4th down, 10 yards to go. Ball sitting at the 18. 4 wide set. 3 to the right. Horton hops back, looking, throwing down to the right side. A curl out over the right is good. That great catch.
Yeah, I mean, she had to go low, and her momentum just caused her to fall, and the defender was there to touch her down.
1st down and 10. New York takes over on downs. And they're going to run Cottle straight up the gut, and Cottle gets clipped down right at the line of scrimmage. Griswold and Zabovic make the stop in tandem. And New York will call its final timeout with 1:17 to go here in the second period of play, which is brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. Tonight's broadcast on Champ Sports, the official broadcast team of the Pittsburgh Passion, brought to you in part by Lowe's Home Improvement, never stop improving. By Perkins Devil Associates, one life, one smile. By Petroleum Technical Services, specializing in petroleum equipment sales, service, and installation. They can handle any related project you need accomplished, from design stages to state permitting, all the way to handing you the keys. They've got you covered at Petroleum Technical Services. And by PT's Pizza Palace, proud supporter of number 87, Joe Croce, and the Pittsburgh Passion. New York has systematically used all of its timeouts. They've done so well. 1:17 to go here in the first half of play. Pittsburgh with a 14-12 lead over the Sharks. And Mulligan will be the lone person in the deep backfield. Now she throws over to the right. It's going to be a little crisscross screen to the tight end, and that ball is caught. And Maggie Smoluska hauls that in.
Looks like Stephanie Belanchko was in there, and Olivia Griswold.
I snapped to Mulligan, and Mulligan throws a dart over to the left side, just trying to keep the ball alive, and it's incomplete, intended for Natel.
Mulligan's wide receiver is not doing her as many favors as the Passion receivers are doing for Horton. Trying to scoop some of those balls that, yes, aren't perfectly thrown, but are in fact catchable.
It's 3rd down and 1 for New York. Line of scrimmage, the 19. Crowd getting restless here with 54 seconds to go. Mulligan looking, setting, throwing over the middle, incomplete. And a receiver running down the middle of the field. That was Ryland Fields.
Mulligan just broadcasting from first look where she's going and not willing to look off the receiver that's in triple coverage, not showing that typical and patience that we're used to seeing out of her to allow the plays to develop, and maybe she's just not feeling comfortable back there.
And Jen, I remember last year's game, Fields picked up a lot of yards there. She was a target very, very often of Mulligan, and not only a target in the passing game, but ran the ball pretty well, too, and we haven't seen that much of her tonight.
We have not.
Now the officials have play stopped with 49 seconds left. And they're talking things over. Tonight's game brought to you in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Silver Sport, keeping sport clean. I'm not sure what the holdup is here, but the officials are going to go to the New York sideline to talk with the Sharks head coach, Richard Harrigan. Whatever they're telling Harrigan, he doesn't seem to like it. Looks like they're giving him some kind of warning.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's been coming from the sideline over there.
Well, they've given Pittsburgh the ball back. I'm not sure if there was a dispute on which down it was. I know the down marker said it was third.
Right.
And then they switched to, originally it said fourth, then it said third, then it went back to fourth again. And I don't know if the officials or perhaps up here in the booth, the clock operator had the down wrong or what, but they just said, hey, it's Pittsburgh's ball. New York turned the ball over on downs. I'm not sure what happened there, but Catone has the ball, and she's on the carpet, and she's going to fly down to the right side. The ball gets punched up into the air, comes squirting out, but they're going to blow the whistle. I'm not sure that's a fumble or not. It looks like her progress was stopped at the 10-yard line.
Well, Tara Catone, for the second straight week, is experiencing a game with 100-plus yards rushing, and we're only in the first half. Prior to that run, she had 117 yards.
No fumble. Catone's rush stopped at the 10. They're in the silver zone, and now Horton will spike the football into the turf to stop the clock with 15 seconds to go to conserve some time here with Pittsburgh up 14-12 over the New York Sharks in the IWFL tonight.
I guarantee if the New York Sharks knew, and they should have known that they were on fourth down, they would have punted that ball away and gladly walked into half with 14-12, not giving Lisa Horton another shot at the end zone.
Well, that's why Richard Harrigan didn't like what he was hearing from Dave Berry over there. All right, Vasquez is going to go to the right side. Wadowski to the left. Baker is in the slot to the left side. High backfield this time for Lisa Horton, who goes under center on third down and short. Montgomery slides in motion slightly to the left to break the eye. And they fake the give to her. Horton almost into the backfield. Now throws for the end zone. Rachel Wadowski reaches up, grabs it. 9 yards deep into the end zone, hauls it in for the TD. And Pittsburgh scores with 9 seconds left in the second period of play to go up 20-12 on the New York Sharks.
Again, it comes down to which team is going to make the least amount of mistakes, and that's a big mistake leading to a touchdown from the New York Sharks.
Amy Fallon is on to kick. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It's going to be blocked by New York. So that one won't go. The block pulled off by Brooklyn Fields, the linebacker for New York on special teams that time. And Pittsburgh's lead stays at 20-12. What a strange set of circumstances. New York thought it was third down. The official said no, it was fourth. They give the ball over on downs to Pittsburgh, and the Passion scores.
Very tough break for the New York Sharks. But one of those mental mistakes that they just can't afford to make in the second half.
Nine seconds left. Don't think this half is over yet from what we've seen.
You never know with Vasta.
Well, they won't even kick it to her. They just squib it along the ground, and it's going to be picked up by Ryland Fields. And Fields will return it near midfield with 2 seconds left. So we have one play to go for New York.
Very smart move by the Passion not to kick it to Vasta. But I guess there's still a chance that Karen Mulligan and her crew can find the end zone with 2 seconds left on the clock before the close of half.
The Passion need to be aware of that. Teresa Kahn, Harvey Smith, the co-head coaches. Janice Masters doing a masterful job as the defensive coordinator of the Passion this year, and Adam Santoro is the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Receivers to both sides doubled up in slots. First down and 10. New York with the ball at the Pittsburgh 49-yard line, moving left to right with 2 seconds left in the first half of play. And the snap goes awry. And going down on top of the football is Karen Mulligan. She downs the ball, and that ends the first half of play. So a broken play there. They didn't get the snap to the quarterback. And fortunately, the Passion can go in the locker room and try to get cooled off on this 80-degree-plus night here in Pittsburgh. And on the south side of Couple Stadium, Pittsburgh leads 20-12 after one half of play. Jen, this has been a wild one.
It has, and the Passion get to go into the locker room with all the momentum. And you got to think that the New York Sharks are going to have some tough conversations about those mental mistakes on the personnel packages, on the down confusion, because they can't afford to make another one against this Pittsburgh Passion team.
Halftime here at Couple Stadium on the south side of Pittsburgh with Jennifer Cairns. Chris Shovlin will take a break with the score at the half. The Pittsburgh Passion 20 and the New York Sharks 12 here in the IWFL tonight. Welcome back to the South Side Couple Stadium, where the Passion lead the New York Sharks by a score of 20-12. It was a bizarre finish to the first half, as we kind of thought was going on. New York apparently thought it was still third down when it was fourth, and they didn't convert. Pittsburgh ended up taking the ball back, and it killed them. It killed New York.
Every time New York has given the Passion favorable field position, they've paid, and that was no different.
Passion score with 9 seconds left. Rachel Wadowski hauling in the pass from Horton. Lisa's third of the game, and now the kickoff to the Pittsburgh Passion to start the second half. Stutter step move. Angela Baker gets by one person, two, spins, drives upfield all the way to Baker down at the 23-yard line, over to the far sideline, on the slant to the boundary.
Just out of the reach of number 8, Sharon Vasquez.
Trickery shown by the Passion. Typically, we expect that in the first play of the game. Tonight, they saved it until the second half.
I think it's probably because New York Sharks know all too well that trick play has come in the first play of the game. Although they should equally expect it first play of the second half.
Pittsburgh didn't pull it off that time. Now Caton will run it up the middle. Bounces outside left. Turns it upfield and gets spun down at the 45-yard line. Caton picks up 7 before she is brought down by Jessica Gibson of the New York Sharks. Just underway here in the third period of play. A Couple Stadium on the south side. 2 undefeated teams. Pittsburgh 2-0 officially, although they played 3 games and won all 3. Last week's game against Columbus did not count. It was not an IWFL game. It was a non-conference interleague game. And now the run to Caton with a big hole down the right side. 40, 30. Caton cuts back. 20, 15. And Caton has come from behind to the 11-yard line. The saving tackle from Joel Grimsley.
These New York Shark defenders have to come at her with more than just arm tackles. They're not going to be able to take down the powerful runner that Tara Caton is.
They spot Caton down at the 13-yard line, and Pittsburgh is in the silver zone again. Tara Caton, 100-plus again tonight. She dots the I in the backfield this time behind Lisa Horton. Montgomery slides left, play fake to Caton, roll out. Horton throws to the left side of the end zone, and a jump catch, and that ball is caught. Touchdown, Rachel Wadowski.
Rachel doing what she does best, going up for the ball, bringing it down. 2 touchdowns for her tonight.
This one with 13:04 left here in the third period of play. Pittsburgh went and marched straight downfield methodically that time. Caton setting them up on the run. Wadowski finishing New York off out of the air with a catch. Now Pittsburgh will go for 2 after missing their last extra point attempt. Lisa Horton has the offense lined up. Line of scrimmage is the extra point spot. Motion to the left side by Angela Baker. Now she comes to a stop in the left side slot. Horton gets it. Wings one to the right corner. A little fade looking for Vasquez, and she could not pull it down on the spin move. And the extra point is failed by Pittsburgh, but the Passion lead it 26-12 over the New York Sharks with 13:04 to go in the third period.
Well, the Pittsburgh Passion go into the locker room with the momentum, come out with the confidence, and score on the first drive. New York Sharks have to punch them back if they hope to have any chance of winning this game.
Well, New York has to feel stung after that big error, miscounting the downs at the end of the first half, and then Pittsburgh coming back and scoring against them. Wadowski's first reception for a touchdown of the game from Lisa Horton. Now she scores again. Here's a run-up by Fallon, and they're going to squib kick it, and it's going to be picked up by Amber Terrell. Terrell hops back down over the 40, up to the 45-yard line. Hard return by Amber Terrell that time off the bouncing ball from Amy Fallon. Pittsburgh has shown that it will not kick into the air, and they will try to keep that ball away from Jennifer Vasta. Now the Sharks have it at their own 45-yard line, first down and 10, right between the two hash marks, shaded to the near side. Laura Baden is at the bottom of the formation from our vantage point, wide right, and over to the left side is Natel. Karen Mulligan under center. Gives off, and a big, huge hit by the Passions. Tia Montgomery on the running back who didn't have a prayer. Morris was drilled in the backfield by Tia.
Absolutely. She barely got her head up to try to have a view of the field, and Tia was right there to hear the crunch and drive her into the ground.
4-yard loss, second down 14. Ball sitting at the 41-yard line with 12:20 to go here in this third period, which is brought to you by the Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. Both receivers go to the left side, Natel and Baden. They have Erica Cottle in the backfield right now. Mulligan calls for the snap, a toss to Cottle, and Cottle gets over the 40 and tries to dive ahead to the 42-yard line, and she gets ripped down by Griswold.
Just noticed that Michelle Peters did not return for the second half. She looked as though she was limping around on the field a little bit there, and now you can see her in a white jersey with an ice bag on her lower right leg.
Olivia Griswold made that tackle on that play, Jen, and she got whistled for a face mask infraction, a 5-yard penalty. About Tara Catone, most rushing yards in a single game by a Passion, 167 yards tonight.
Wow, and she's doing it as a rookie. Pretty impressive.
Now, after the penalty yardage is marked off, it should be second down and 8, and the officials are talking right now. Dave Barry is the referee, Jerry Lavelle, Ralph Livesey, Michael Burrell Sr., Michael Burrell Jr. working this game. Now they're going to call it a personal foul, so it wasn't just a 5-yard penalty. It's a big one. So this will be a 15-yard variety, and that will put the ball at the Passion 43. And that's going to make it a first down for New York. Mentioned that Michael Burrell Sr. is working the game tonight. Jerry LaValle is not. We were given a lineup card as we see Cottle making the catch. A little button hook at the 40, down to the 35, and ahead to the 30-yard line. Jerry LaValle actually not working as the umpire tonight. Mike Burrell is. Brad Robber is also working the game. He's the line judge. And Jerry LaValle is actually working as the side judge tonight. So they move the officials around. Brad Robber is working the game. So we've gotten that straightened out.
Erica Cottle did a very nice job there, shedding the first tackle, being able to pick up additional yards after the catch for the first down for the New York Sharks.
Both receivers to the left side once again. Nattell and Baden. Connell stays in the backfield. Almost set up as an H-back over to the left side. Morris is the single running back. She'll get the toss and the sweep to the left side, and she gets hit, a bounce off, and now trying to run it around that left end and is able to turn it upfield for a few more. Stop made by Kim Beaver finally. And it looked like Nelko had her in the backfield and just couldn't finish the tackle, but was able to flush her toward Kim Beaver, and Beaver was able to knock her down. 5-yard pickup, second down to 5.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Chris. Again, showing her power and being able to run with Nelko on her back to get some additional yardage. Every yard is precious to the Sharks at this point.
Shannon Morris deep in the backfield. Cottle again. Part of the backfield formation is an H-back to the left side. Back, Mulligan throws one out over to the left side. That ball is going to be caught by one of the wide receivers. Hauling that one in is Maggie Nattell. Nattell able to break a tackle and slide down to the 10-yard line. Crystal Kozo finally yanked her down, but it's going to be a first down. Looks like it's going to be first down and 10. Let's see. Nope, it'll be first down and goal. And it was Ashley Strawn who made the tackle, not Kozo. My mistake. The ball right on the 10-yard line, so it will be first down and goal for New York. 26-12, Pittsburgh leads, 8:54 to go, running third quarter clock.
It's the first kind of methodical drive that New York has put together. All of their scores have come from big plays.
Crossbuck move, and now Cottle getting the handoff, and Cottle gets her legs taken out right from under her by Sharon Vasquez. Vasquez living in the backfield on that play. It's going to be a loss of almost 4. Now they're going to spot it down to a 3-yard loss, back to the 13. Jen, you mentioned New York not doing itself any favors tonight. This is one of those cases. Crystal Molina comes in as a wide receiver. She's going to switch sides of the field, run over to the left. She'll be the flanker. The wide out to the right side is going to be Nattell. Mulligan, play action, roll out to the right, throws downfield, and that ball is going to be knocked down, incomplete. Crystal Kozo closed on the ball intended for Maggie Nattell, and Nattell reached out, just could not bring it in. Give Kozo credit for the break up there, though. 7:45 left in the third. Third quarter brought to you by Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. Again, they're going to send Crystal Molina out wide to the left side. Nattell to the right. Cottle will come into the slot to the right side once again. And Morris will come up onto the line as a tight end to the right, as Mulligan will take the snap by her lonesome in the backfield. Empty. She looks. She throws down the left side. That ball is caught by Molina. Molina able to break one tackle, gets down to the 4-yard line, and is finally yanked down to the turf. Beaver and Sabovic team up to make the stop for the Passion. The ball is officially spotted at the 5-yard line. It is fourth down and goal for New York. Fourth and goal from the 5 with 7:15 left in the third. Again, Crystal Molina goes to the left side and Nattell comes right. It's time they're going to keep the running backs in. 2 in and I. Mulligan under center. Snap, fake, roll out right, throw to the end zone, incomplete, short, and into the turf. Bouncing it at the goal line, trying to find Shannon Morris. And they turn the ball over on downs. Pittsburgh stops New York again.
Mulligan just not looking comfortable rolling out. She had the wide receiver open, just could not deliver the rock.
Pittsburgh will take over at its own 5-yard line as they've shut New York's offense down. 6:42 to go here in the third period of play. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. By the UPMC Sports Medicine. UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. Lisa Horton in under center. Deep in Passion territory. She's going to give off to Catone. Catone running laterally along the 5. Now turns it upfield at 10, 15, 20. Catone, cutback move 30, 35, 40. Catone finally popped out of bounds on the near side of the 45 on a hit by Joel Grimsley. But Catone gets Pittsburgh out of big trouble deep in its own territory with a 40-yard gallop.
They just have no answer for Catone's speed on the New York Shark defense, and she continues to burn them to the outside. She might be on her way to a 200-plus-yard gain there, Chris.
Well, Jen, if my math skills are correct, she's over 200. She has 207 yards. 167 plus the 40 right there that we just saw. First down, 10 yards to go. Pittsburgh football at the 45-yard line, moving right to left. 5:45 to go here in the third quarter of play. Horton in the pistol, takes the snap. And a toss. Catone, right side wide, turns it upfield, 50, 45, 40. Stiff arm, down to the 35. Catone to the 32-yard line. Another Pittsburgh Passion first down. And Catone running ahead for 23 more yards.
There's nothing else you can say about the way Tara Catone's playing today other than simply amazing.
First down 10, Passion ball, New York's 32-yard line. 5 minutes left in the third. Pittsburgh with a 26-12 lead over the Sharks. Slot left, single receiver right. Horton's going to roll to the left, deep in the backfield. She's going to throw the ball downfield. It's going to be caught by Angela Baker inside the 20-yard line, and Baker is knocked to the sideline. And that's going to be another Passion first down in the Silver Sports Silver Zone. Nandy Brown making the stop on the play, but Baker hauling in another deep ball from Lisa Horton.
The Passion wide receivers helped to make Lisa Horton's job easier, but just trying to find the space, and then she is able to be patient enough to deliver it to them.
And it appears that New York has called timeouts. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Biondi Lincoln. It's better at Biondi. By Bappiani Chiropractic. Congratulations to Dr. Luca J. Bappiani for being named the official team chiropractor for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion football team. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Overture Technologies, the Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare personalized student loan rates and terms. By Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat, and by the Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. Jennifer Cairns, former Pittsburgh Passion star, I'm Chris Shovlin. It is 4:26 to go in the third, and the Passion 26, New York 12.
The Passion seem to be in clear control of the
Now the Passion in the Silver Sports Silver Zone at the 5-yard line. First down and goal. Clock continues to spin downward here in the third. 3:44 to go. The Passion in gear right now, just taking their time. Horton will break the huddle, send the club up to the line. Operating from the far hash mark, moving right to left. The Passion might have to call time out here if they don't get the snap off. They're taking an eternity. Horton calls for it and gets it. Now a quick toss to the end zone, and that ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. Crystal Kozo running the streak down the far side. Lisa Horton just looped it to her, and she caught it. Got hit as she made the grab and held on. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. You know, we were talking about Tara Catone in this last drive here as Amy Fallon is on to kick the extra point. Ball bounces, and now the holder's going to have to jump out and throw the football, and it's completed to Kate Sullivan. And Sullivan's going to be stopped before she can get into the end zone. But Tara Catone has rushed for 245 yards in this ball game, an individual game record tonight.
Wow, and there's a full quarter of football left there, Chris.
So the Passion won't get the conversion. Crystal Kozo hauls in another reception. And Pittsburgh has extended its lead to 32-12 over the New York Sharks. This is a Passion team that was down 6-0, 14 seconds into the ball game tonight. (32-12), Pittsburgh leading New York. Fallon on to kick off. Got a feeling she's going to squib it again. They've been trying to keep it away from Basta, who opened the game with a touchdown return on the kickoff, and now that ball hits one of the linemen and is going to be covered up. A smart move that time by Gina Pedagano to cover up that football. New York was going to have it in a pretty decent field position. They'll have it at their own 43-yard line with 2:49 to go here in the third. Lisa Horton showing no ill effects of being late for warm-ups here tonight because of her job activity and the long drive here to get back into Pittsburgh.
She's a true professional, and she just has a genuine love for this game, and she is having fun every second that she's out there.
Here's Mulligan trying to quarterback New York back into this ball game. Tries to throw a dart to Cottle over the middle. It's incomplete. She double pumped it, saw Cottle there, and then tried to actually aim the football, which is a mistake in and of itself, and you saw what happened. It hit the turf.
Mm-hmm. Mulligan's struggling tonight.
A lot of that because of that Pittsburgh defense.
Absolutely. I mean, they're doing exactly what we said they needed to do. They're making her uncomfortable out back there, forcing her out of the pocket and to throw quickly.
Boy, the crowd is getting unruly down there tonight.
They love their Passion defense. They don't want to see any more points on that scoreboard for the Sharks.
Three wide receivers set now, and flags and whistles and a stoppage here. As Octavia Griswold tried to jump over that line, and let's see, was New York. Yeah, New York actually was affected because they thought she was blitzing, and she was. Illegal procedure called against It's right, throws, and this ball is on the near side flats to Brylin Fields. And Fields has stood up. She doesn't want to go down. She never does. And the whistle's blown, and finally they call that play stopped in Passion territory at the 47-yard line. It looks like a first down for New York, though. 15-yard pickup on the passing catch.
Looks like it. They're not moving the chains, though.
Was there a penalty? Apparently there was. Did not see a signal, but Mike Rossi, the PA announcer, is saying it was illegal motion against New York, and that cost them 5 more yards. And now they're looking at second down and 20. 1:18 to go in the game. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking, by Noggin Sport Incorporated. Protect your noggin with a noggin. And by Atlas Resource Partners, LP. Over 40 years of experience in oil and gas development, the longest among its peers, Atlas Resource Partners, Inc. Under a minute to play here in the third. Mulligan controls the high snap. Darts one over the left side. It's punched up into the air. Broken up nicely by Stephanie Belachko of Pittsburgh.
Again, just into a sea of black jerseys. Mulligan taking a huge risk there.
And now it's going to be third down and 20 for the New York Sharks. Clock stops on the incomplete pass with 45 seconds showing. Third quarter action. New York got the jump on Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh jumped New York in a big, big way and took the lead immediately and has not relinquished it. New York made it close. This was a 14-12 game. So Pittsburgh erupted at halftime after New York made a mistake counting its downs. Third down and 20. Pass over to the left side, and Taylor Fricano goes incomplete.
There's a flag on the right-hand side there. Left-hand side.
Left hand of the offense, right hand of the defense. Pittsburgh's going to be penalized for holding.
That looked like that was on the defensive back over there on the right side of the defense. Again, a very catchable ball bouncing off the chest pads of the New York Shark wide receiver.
Ashley Strawn is playing up on the line of scrimmage in the secondary. Brittany Taylor is now in. Taylor from Cannonsburg originally. Olivia Griswold is going to walk over and talk to Ashley Strawn, and now move back over. Here's Mulligan on the option pitch. Connell makes a grab on a high ball. 45, turns it upfield to the 40. And Connell runs close to the stick before she's brought down at the 47-yard line.
Looks like it might have been number 22, Brittany Taylor, in on the tackle.
Jenn was, and she was also shaken up on the play. New York picked up 9 on the option pitch. Taylor shaken up on the play. I just saw the yard marker go back 5 yards. Let's see what this is about. Another penalty, perhaps? Or was she out of bounds on the far side? Apparently she went out of bounds. We have come to the end of the third period of play. It is Pittsburgh 32 and the New York Sharks 12 here in the IWFL tonight with Jenn Cairns, Chris Shovlin. We'll take this break back after these words. Yep, I got it. Well, apparently the chain crew was just a little anxious and wanted to turn the chains, get ready for the fourth quarter, even though the third hadn't ended yet. So we'll get you all back in shape here. The ball is sitting at the 48-yard line. It is second down at about 1.5 yards for New York. Here's the give on a quick opener. Nothing up the middle. And the running back, Gina Penagano, tried to bounce it to the right and got knocked down for a loss of 2. Olivia Griswold was there to cover Penagano at the 50-yard line. And on the first play of the fourth period, Pittsburgh comes up big defensively, getting a stop on New York, making it third down and about 4. Well, let's call it 3. A little bit longer than 3. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, by the UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Biondi Lincoln. It's better at Biondi. Third down, a little more than 3 for New York. The flanker comes in motion to the left. That is Molina. And now rolling to the right. Mulligan turning it upfield. She's going to try to run to the stick, and she does not get there. She's flushed out of bounds on the far side of play.
Had Octavia Griswold in the backfield chasing her. Almost had her for the sack. Karen Mulligan having to run to the outside, nearly getting the first down.
And Montgomery was the one who finally flushed her out of bounds after Griswold chased her all that distance. And it is 4th down and 1. New York has its offense still out there with 13:36 to go. Nothing to lose now. They're down 32-12. They need this first down in the worst possible manner.
Well, they've been in this situation before. They've been unable to convert on any of the fourth down attempts made tonight.
Gina Penagano will stay in the backfield. Shannon Morris will dot the I behind Penagano. Here's the toss. And the run to the left side. Morris turns it upfield over the 50, 45, 40. Morris finally yanked down at the 37-yard line. That is a big first down for New York. As we said, they needed that one. And Kim Zabovic making the stop on the play finally. Kim, a Pennsylvania State trooper out of Fraser High School and Washington and Jefferson. Ball sitting at the Pittsburgh 36-yard line. New York has it first down and 10 with 12.5 minutes to go in the game. Pittsburgh with a 32-12 lead over the New York Sharks in the IWFL tonight. Molina again goes to the right side. Coming to the left for New York is Maggie Nattel. Morrison Penagano with the running backs in a broken eye set. Mulligan turns, play fake to Morris, rolls to the right side, turns upfield, throws, and a one-handed stab at it goes incomplete. Crystal Molina reached up with the left hand and tried to pull it down, running laterally to the far side at the 32-yard line, but she did not make the grab.
We're at a point in the game, Chris, that New York Sharks wide receivers have to dig deeper than that, make those plays. Help Karen Mulligan out if they have any hopes of trying to change the momentum.
Maybe use 2 hands.
That could help.
Second down and 10. 12 minutes left in the game. Mulligan noticing a blitz coming. Here come the Passion. Mulligan throws through it, and she had a receiver falling over backwards, but making the grab, Maggie Nattel. Nattel hauling it in, and she will gain 9 on the pass reception. Ball goes to the 27-yard line where it's third down and 1 yard to go for New York. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Bompiani Chiropractic. Congratulations to Dr. Luca J. Bompiani for being named the official team chiropractor for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion Football Club. Our fourth period tonight brought to you by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. Third down and 1. Mulligan under center. Blitz coming again. Play fake to Morris. Rolls right. Throws a looping ball. Nobody there at the 8-yard line. It goes incomplete. She had Pedagano streaking to the far side on a slant out, but the ball thrown behind her and the coverage by Beaver.
Ball short and behind. Mulligan not seemingly having the power right now to deliver the ball to the wide receiver who had a step on the defender.
Fourth down and 1. And I think New York knows it's fourth down this time.
I think they do. I think they all reminded themselves of how to count the downs at halftime.
32-12, the Passion lead New York. 10:40 left in the football game. Mulligan under center. Blitz coming. Mulligan chased hard, rolls right, throws, and that ball is going to be caught far behind the line of scrimmage. And Tia Montgomery drilled the receiver as she made the catch.
Again, if we were creating an ESPN highlight reel of tonight, you would see Tia Montgomery all over it, delivering yet another hard tackle on a New York Shark ball carrier.
Pedagano made the grab on the play, turned around, looked for the quarterback to dart it to her. As she did so, Tia Montgomery timed her hit perfectly and caused a loss on the play, despite the completion. First down and 10. Pittsburgh takes over on downs. Ball sitting at the Passion 27-yard line. Pittsburgh hangs on and will go 3-0 in the IWFL, 4-0 overall tonight and this season. And now it's Catone again. And Catone looks like she's just finding her stride here tonight, running the football all the way out to the 50-yard line. A 23-yard gain by Tara Catone, who might be on her way to a 300-yard night.
That's what it seems like. You know, she's starting for that bowling score.
You're telling me. I have her down for 268 yards right now.
Well, when she's getting them 20, 30, 40 yards at a clip, I think she's well poised to hit that 300-yard mark.
Wadowski and Baker to the left side. Kozo comes in to play wide receiver. She's to the right. Montgomery slides in motion left. Here's Horton dropping back, giving off to Catone with a hole in front. And Catone with a nice cut back over the 50. Zigzag move of the 45. Cuts far side and gets tripped up and tossed down at the 44-yard line. 9:19 left in the game. Marielle Rose making the stop on Tara Catone. Passion pick up 9 on the run play. Angela Baker checks out. And Jessica Melodia comes in for the first time tonight, in my recollection, for the Passion. She'll be a receiver to the right side. Second down and 1, Pittsburgh. Horton will stuff it into the gut of the fullback, and Montgomery will rumble off the right side and get the first down. Oh, that's not Montgomery. My mistake. That's Octavia Griswold playing fullback now. Griswold will pick up the Passion first down to the 39-yard line in New York territory. Pittsburgh continues to just tear up the turf. And now Tara Catone comes out of the game. And it looks like Pittsburgh is going to bring in some backups, give them some playing time in different spots. Horton remains in at quarterback. Octavia Griswold slides over into position to the left. Now it's a little sprint draw play. And a new running back in for Pittsburgh. Angela Baker actually lined up in the backfield that time to run the ball. Now we're going to see Sarah Niedermeyer check into the ball game. Let's see if Sarah goes into the backfield now. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. And Pittsburgh really doing a nice job changing up personnel, getting people into different positions. Here's the give to the right side, and it will be Sarah Niedermeyer running the football.
Well, you never know when anyone is going to go down, and so the Pittsburgh Passion have always been known for training their players on both sides of the ball, and when you get an opportunity in a game like this to give them real game time experience, they do so.
People continue to ask me, Jen, and they see me and they say, you broadcast women's professional football? I said, yes. And I tell them, when it comes to fundamentals, I've never seen football played so fundamentally sound than I have with the Pittsburgh Passion down through these years.
Well, we came to the gridiron that first time with no background knowledge in the sport of football. So we were just very, very trusting and relying on our coaches and did what they told us to do.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying that because we're sitting here tonight watching a Passion game. I am serious. This is the most fundamentally sound football I have ever seen and continues to be that way. Here's Horton, sidearm sling, throwing, and that ball is ruled trapped over on the far side, incomplete. Trying to get it out there into the left side, just beyond the flat. And Wadowski tried to slide and make the catch, and she just couldn't get back there in time before it hit the ground. So
our coaches over the years would have agreed with you, Chris, although they would have said, initially they couldn't get away with just yelling at us as grown women and getting us to do what they wanted us to do. We asked why a lot, but what they found out very quickly and what they enjoyed was if they answered the why and it made sense,
sure,
we did it.
Absolutely.
So that's how those fundamentals were developed.
Speaking of grown women, there are a lot of moms on this team, and Mother's Day is tomorrow. And we want to wish all of them happy Mother's Day, and I know they wish their moms happy Mother's Day as well. 5:55 left. Horton winding up, throwing long downfield, ball tipped, incomplete. Trying to get it to Wadowski. And one of the New York Sharks made a nice jump on the play and blocked that ball out of the sky. That was Jewel Grimsley.
Very well-timed jump there by Jewel Grimsley to prevent Rachel Wadowski from obtaining her 3rd touchdown on the night.
Jen, I know tomorrow is going to be a special day for you, but you have an early jump on Mother's Day. You have a little guest in the booth here tonight.
As they may have been hearing me telling him shush or him asking me a question or two. Yes, one of my 2 is with us tonight, and everybody on the crew has been very patient.
Oh, Mason's been great. Are you kidding? We're going to give him a headset next time. We'll get his commentary. He told us he already took care of the flowers and the chocolate-covered pretzels, too.
He did.
That's great.
Yeah, and he doesn't like the Sharks mascot. It scares him.
Wow, it scares me, too. I can understand that. Sharks have the football, 1st down and 10. 5:45 to go in the game. Mulligan is back to pass. She's going to throw one downfield, and that one is incomplete, and that one probably should have been caught by Laura Baden. Reached up, couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, Mulligan's wide receivers tonight are normally her greatest ally, have become her biggest Achilles heel. They are not doing her any favors. Yes, she's had a lot of uncatchable balls, but every catchable ball thrown to a wide receiver's way has not been caught tonight.
Our 4th period is brought to you by U.S. Foods. Of course, U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking.
Another longtime partner of the Pittsburgh Passion that we're very appreciative of, Rocco and U.S. Foods.
2nd down and 10 for New York, 5.5 to go. Bad snap, picked up. Mulligan fires it out to the left side. That ball is going to be completed to Brylan Fields. She hangs on, takes a hit. Stopped at the 43-yard line. Crystal Kozo making the tackle. Hard hit. Third down, 5 yards to go. 5 minutes left here in the fourth. Pittsburgh with a 32-12 lead if you're just tuning in on the Champ Sports Network tonight. Snap taken by Mulligan, a bit high, throws in, incomplete, and almost picked off.
It looked like Kim Beaver was in the area. Would have come down with her second interception for the night.
Molina was the intended receiver on the slant in. Beaver was there for Pittsburgh, and also Brittany Aston, second-year player out of Edinboro and West Allegheny High School. She is a full-time student and a member of the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. And by the way, the military was saluted here tonight at the Passion game.
Military, first responders, and police and fire departments. All those who valiantly serve for us.
Now New York looking at fourth down. And it appears that they're going to punt the football away. Let's see if they actually do that with 4:36 to go. They get the snap back there. The punter can't kick it, so she heaves it over her shoulders, and the pass is going to be complete. New York is going to pick up a first down as Amber Terrell made the snag out of the air and ran the football after the catch. Broken punt play for Dana Manetta as she just lobbed that thing up for grabs, and it paid off.
She got very lucky that it landed in one of her teammates' hands, but then her teammate made the best of it and obtained the first down. Nice job on the ball carrier's part.
That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. First down, New York. Ball sitting at the Pittsburgh 42. Lots of new Passion players out there on the field right now. Harriet Fillmore has checked in. See Chelsea Zahn back in. Mentioned earlier that Jillian Croce is in out of Penn State, Greensburg-Salem. New York with the ball. Morris running right side. Morris still with a nice head of steam, trying to plow down the Passion, and she'll drive forward for about an 8 or 9 yard gain. Gang tackled on the far side that time. Rosie Christian in on the stop. Another new member of the Passion. We're seeing Caitlin Niedermeyer checking into the ball game now. Jessica Nelko coming out. New York has called a timeout with 3:07 to go. Well, the Passion remain undefeated. They played 3 IWFL games now and 1 interleague game, which does not count in the standing, and the stats won't count either, but they came up with a win over Columbus last week. They're going to make up the game that was supposed to be played in Baltimore sometime later in the season. I believe that's June 20th, if memory serves me correctly.
I think you are correct.
And that will be in Baltimore. Of course, they could not play there because of the unrest in Baltimore, and fortunately, things are getting back into control and a little more normal in Baltimore, and hopefully the Passion can go down there on the 20th and keep this win streak alive as well.
Absolutely, and usually sports are very much a unifying factor in those sorts of situations that I know these two teams are anxious to see one another. Again, rivals but friends.
All right, New York has the football, 2nd down and 2. Ball sitting at the Pittsburgh 33-yard line. Run by Morris to the left side, and she's going to get the first down, diving into Caitlin Niedermeyer. Casey Hatfield was in there as well, along with Niedermeyer. Hatfield, another younger member of the players. She's a nurse at Kanawha Memorial Medical Center, native of Johnstown, and of course went to Carlo here in Pittsburgh. Play fake, roll out, throw to the right, and that ball is going to be caught And it's Fields making the snag and running downfield inside the 10-yard line with the ball after the catch. And in playing quarterback right now is Gina Petagano. And she's in a mop-up role as Mulligan and the starters just couldn't get it done. We have 2:14 remaining in the ball game. This fourth period, again, brought to you by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Three Rivers Paintball, Western Pennsylvania's largest paintball facility, family-owned and operated since 1983. By People's Natural Gas, providing Western Pennsylvania with clean, safe, and reliable natural gas. By California University of Pennsylvania, building character, building careers. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by PT's Pizza Palace, proud supporter of number 87, Joe Croce, and the Pittsburgh Passion. By Petroleum Technical Services, specializing in petroleum equipment sales, service, and installation. They can handle any related project you need accomplished, from design stages to state permitting, all the way to handing you the keys. They've got you covered at Petroleum Technical Services. And by Perkins Dental Associates, one life and one smile.
Well, now you can definitely tell that I'm a mom of a kid who likes to watch all of Disney Pixar movies, because every time you say Pizza Palace, my mind just goes straight to Toy Story. I think we have it on a steady loop at our home.
I'm sure. Well, Mason's taking you the game and a movie right now, right?
Yeah, we're watching Night at the Museum right now. That's a new one that was added.
That's a good one. You like that one? It's scary. Oh, boy. I don't want to see it then.
The skeleton dinosaur comes to life, as I like to say.
Well, he must not be too scared. 1:57 left in the contest between Pittsburgh and New York. The Passion lead 32-12. New York, however, in scoring territory, and they're going to run one in against the backups for the touchdown and get on the board as Shannon Morris rolling to the right side and rumbling down that sideline in for the TD. So New York will put its 18th point up on the board. Comes with 1:50 to go. Passion will push their record to 4-0, 3-0 in the IWFL here tonight. Now New York setting up for the extra point. They're going to go for two. Petagano will quarterback the club now. Here's the high snap. Petagano dribbled it to herself, trying to run with the football. Not going anywhere, but down. And the point after will not go, and it's Jillian Croce who makes the stop on the play on the quarterback on the broken two-point conversion try. So the score remains Pittsburgh 32 and New York 18 with 1:50 to go here in the fourth period of play. Passion Football brought to you in part by Lowe's Home Improvement. Never stop improving. By the Champs Sports Network, the official broadcast team of the Pittsburgh Passion. By Atlas Resource Partners LP. Atlas Resources has over 40 years of experience in oil and gas development, the longest among its peers. And by Noggin Sport Incorporated. Protect your noggin with a noggin. Co-head coaches Teresa Kahn and Harvey Smith have to be delighted with the performance here tonight, although still some work to be done, particularly on special teams, Jennifer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they are going to be proud of how their team responded after going down six early in the game. But again, seeing that weakness in the special teams is going to have to be improved upon, especially as they look to the playoffs.
Both teams tonight made some errors in personnel, getting the right number of people out on the field at the right times.
Yeah, and that's uncharacteristic for both of these teams. So I think that'll be something else that they talk about extensively when they watch film of this game next week.
32-18. Pittsburgh in the lead. 1:50 to go in their match with the New York Sharks here tonight. New York will kick off. It looks like they're going to go onside. And they are. Kick travels 10 yards. We've got flags on both lines of scrimmage. It looked as if New York might have been offsides on the onside kick. The kick did go out of bounds. Well, they're going to decipher all of this. Procedure call against New York. Pittsburgh will have the football. They're going to spot the football at the New York 47-yard line. First down and 10, Pittsburgh, with 1:50 left in the game. Our fourth period brought to you by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. Tonight's game also brought to you by the Club Sport and Health. One membership, more options, more fun. By Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. And by Overture Technologies. Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare personalized student loan rates and terms. Tim Zubovic checks into the ball game now on the offensive side. See Lauren Ferragonio out there once again. Also in, Jessica Shuley. Paige Bowman is checked in now. We see a lot of new numbers out there for the Passion. 32-18 is the score. Pittsburgh over New York. 1:50 to go in the game. New quarterback in for Pittsburgh as well, as we see the ball being run straight up the middle. Paige Karkoff has come in. She is from Hempfield and New Stanton, Pennsylvania, and Westmoreland County Community College. Remy Olenzak is also in. She ran the football there for a short one. From Star Junction, Pennsylvania, Guyville Catholic High School and Shippensburg University. She's a rookie.
You see Horton and Vasquez going back into the game. Karkoff coming out.
Second down and 9 for Pittsburgh. Passion are going to have to call a timeout here. Again, personnel not in the right place at the right time, and they rush people in, rush people out.
Right.
This is stuff they need to get ironed out now, though. I mean, you can afford to do that in games like this, but when it gets tighter and when it gets down to playoff time, you cannot afford to make these types of errors. So hopefully this will be learning moments as the season continues to tick on.
Absolutely, and they may be trying different packages of different personnel now that we're seeing a lot of substitutions, but still, even at that has to be ironed out because you're not going to be able to afford these penalties moving forward.
Passion will be home on Saturday night against the Carolina Phoenix. Then they have a bye week on the 23rd. They'll take on the Sharks again, this time in New York.